Are you about to buy your business? Well, there are some very common mistakes that beginners make. They're pitfalls that they fall into, and it costs them a lot of money. Now, after 20 years of being a business broker, I can show you what those pitfalls are, how to avoid them, and how you can successfully buy your business without making these 6 common mistakes. So mistake 1 is not taking enough time to find the right business to buy. Too many buyers rush out there, they look at everything and they desperately try and get into a business really quickly. Don't do that. Be patient, take your time, the right business is out there, it's just a matter of you finding it. Talk to your business broker, they have access to lots of businesses. Explain what you're looking for, what works for you, what you want, and they'll help you find a business that's, well, right for you. So first mistake, rushing in too fast and buying the wrong business. So why is it so important not to solely focus on just the money? Well, yes, it's important to focus on the money. Money's important, and you can't survive without it, obviously. But if you expect your new business to make lots and lots of money from day one without any input from you, you're likely to be disappointed. Having a financially successful business does take hard work, and it does take time. So you've got to do very careful analysis of the business you're going to buy to make sure that that business's financial performance suits you. It does what you want it to do. That business will need to navigate the down times and the boom times. So you need to make sure that it is resilient. And a good advisors will help you with that. They'll help you select businesses that work for you, help businesses that are right for you. Remember, if you're focusing solely on the money, you forget that you have to run the business, you have to enjoy the business, you have to be there running your business. It's a 40-hour-a-week or a full-time job. So if you're focusing solely on the money, you forget you need enjoyment, you need satisfaction, and you need to do something that makes you want to get out of bed in the morning. So don't focus solely on the money. So another mistake new buyers do is they don't do enough research. They don't do enough analysis of the business that you're buying. Now you need to ask for information. Now having good, strong financials from that business that you're buying, well, that's a given. You must have that. But look past those financials. Look into what sits behind them. How does it make its money? Who does it sell to? Find out what does it do? Who does it do it to? How does it does it? And what's the result of doing that? That due diligence, if you like, that background check is very, very important. It's all very well looking at a business going, oh, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen and this is exactly what I want to buy. But you have to do your investigation. You have to cover off all those points, otherwise you're going to make a costly mistake. This is probably the rookie error that costs new buyers the most amount of money. This is where they make their biggest financial mistake, and that's not anticipating what a change of ownership is going to do to the business. How important is the outgoing owner to the business? You need to decide, is that business critical for survival on the owner? Now, if not, if you can slot into the owner's place, if you can do what the owner does, you'll achieve what the owner achieves. But if you can't, again, it's a bad mistake to buy a business that's heavily reliant on that owner. So you need to be mindful that some clients might be friends of the owner, some clients might be involved with the owner. So what happens when they leave? What happens to those clients? Do those relationships transfer to the new buyer? Likewise with suppliers. How many suppliers are supplying the business because of a personal relationship with the owner? Or do they look at the business and are happy with the business as their distributor? So these are questions you need to answer, and you need to know this before you buy that business. Some buyers don't actually talk to experts, and I find this really surprising, but there are plenty of experts out there who can help you buy a business. Now, the obvious ones are a finance broker, an accountant, a lawyer, perhaps a business coach, and perhaps your business broker. Now, they should combine together to give you good, honest, reliable advice so you can then make a decision on whether the business is right for you. Buyers that don't heed that good advice often make mistakes. But likewise, you still have to look at the advice they're giving you. You have to understand why they're telling you the advice they are and put it into context with your goals and your aspirations. Just because someone says, don't buy it, it's not right, you have to understand, why is it not right? Why does this business not work, and why can't it work for me? Clearly it's been working for the other owner, so why can't it work for me? So yes, you need to heed advice and take advice, but you also need to be able to react to that advice in your own way. You need to understand why you're saying yes or why you're saying no to something like that. Maybe I'm biased, but the other mistake buyers make is they try and buy things privately. They don't use the services of a business broker. Now, if you're buying the business, the services of the broker basically aren't going to cost you anything. They're paid for by the seller. So a business broker will help you understand the little pitfalls around buying a business. Yes, you need an accountant. Yes, you need a lawyer. But business brokers sell businesses. So they can talk about the way the deal can be structured to protect you. They can talk about earnouts. They can talk about how to look at a business in comparison to other businesses. They have lots of businesses for sale. Maybe you want to buy a cafe. They can show you 3 or 4 cafes, and you can compare the one that you're looking at to the other ones that are for sale. And that way you'll understand, is the cafe you're buying good, bad, average? How does it sit in that? And that will help you make your decision. Remember, brokers are there to help, and it's no different from using a lawyer or an accountant or a banker. Which brings us on to the story of Steve. Now, Steve was a buyer. He wanted to buy a business, but he didn't want to spend extra money. He didn't want to spend the money with a business broker, and he didn't want to take advice from advisors. He thought he could buy the right business. So he went out to buy a business privately, which he did, and boy, did he make a mistake. So if you want to avoid doing what Steve did, have a look at that video up there. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching. See you next time.